back again with another soup for you, into the cauldron, and this time I'm doing a broccoli and butter bean soup. First off, we will require just a medium-sized onion, again it's a very cold Tasmanian winter night. In the background we have there the 𝕮𝕬𝖀𝕷𝕯𝕽𝕺, an Aussie synth pop group from the 80s who are still together gigging, and they put on a really good performance. Yeah, they're great. And this is their first album entitled 𝕮𝕬𝖀𝕷𝕯𝕽𝕺. This track is called Listening. It was one of the first big breakthrough hits via Molly and Meldrum and Countdown. So we've got, yeah, so we'll have some onion. Okay, we'll also add some garlic. These cloves are quite small and segmented here. Okay, so we have, we just have a little drizzle of olive oil in your pot, and just saute and caramelize slightly the onion. Next we add some garlic. It doesn't, maybe about three or four cloves. It's quite small, these cloves. And you don't have to cut up too small because it's going to be bar mixed. Like very finely bar mixed. At the moment we're listening to 𝕮𝕬𝖀𝕷𝕯𝕽𝕺. I hope I mentioned that before, didn't I? But anyway, this song here, His Eyes, was on one of the Friday the 13th. I can't remember what number, maybe 5, if not around that. So it was amazing. That was actually, this was, yeah, I didn't actually own this album, and then it wasn't until I actually watched Friday the 13th part 5, I think it's 5, and or 4, I think 5, and it just was just amazing, this song, and there's this sort of alternative chicks of dancing around to this stuff. But, oh, wicked! It's so cool to hear like an Aussie band featured in this like American horror franchise. So that was cool. And then it's like, oh, I had to get this album. Why do we not own it? Because I always owned the second album, Love and Adventure, but never the first one until, you know, many years later. So we've got some celery to add to it, to the onion and the garlic. And just cook that slowly, soften it, and sort of it makes it sort of sweetens it, sort of cooking it like this. The obligatory bay leaf. Look at this. The majestic bay leaf tree here. Oh, very nice. A little bit a little bit like damage from the sun, a little bit burnt from the sun, yeah, here and there. But, and now we will probably go some. Still getting to know how to use this. Okay, next we add some butter beans after it's been strained or drained. Now a little stir. Wow, nice colours in here. The beige and the green. It looks very nice, if you can see it there. Okay. Okay. Next we add medium-sized Dutch cream potato, and this kind of complements the butter beans as far as the nice sandy flavour goes, and the starchiness to thicken the soup. In the background now we have the first 𝕭𝕗𝑚𝑎𝑛 League album playing, reproduction. Wow, that sizzling sounds nice on a very cold winter night in Tassie. Next we will add a broccoli floret, and we'll probably add most of this just to clean it up, but you can use, every single part of this is fine to use. You just might want to clean it up a little bit first. As I say, the whole thing is going to be bar mixed anyway, and there's so much flavour and goodness in every single part of the plant, including the stalk. I know it's not everyone's favourite, the old broccoli, but believe me, this makes an incredible soup. It's a great way of disguising a very superfood. It's a superfood, absolutely one of the biggest superfoods you can eat. And nobody likes broccoli or Brussels sprouts, do they? But this way is good. I think in the background we have given away the mystery of what has been playing all along, and that is Doctor Who, one of my favourite TV series. It is my favourite TV series of all time. Absolutely. This is Revenge of the Cyberman for Tom Baker. It's not the greatest Cyberman story, but it's just the watchability is pretty strong. It's always one I like to go back to watch. There's a lot of Tom Baker's humour in it and whatnot. You got the cookie, you right? Has she got the sneezes? No? Look. You're waiting for some broccoli to fall your way, aren't you, hey? That's not too amazing for a dog. Especially a dog like you. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to cut all this without going everywhere, actually. Yeah. I've probably bitten off more than I can chew, I think. I often do that. And that's why all the cauliflower went on the ground last time. I normally like doing two halves or something, but I should have some liquid actually. Oh, Circus of Death. This is a great track by 𝕭𝕗𝑚𝑎𝑛 Classic. And they're sizzling and getting really loud now. Good. add some aqua to it. And it's good to feel the water level so it just naturally raises to the float level of the ingredients and not exceed it, and so it's not too watery to start off with. Time to increase the heat, and we'll add some stock. I'm adding from this type of stock cube and the volume. This is probably enough for about 4 people. So you can add probably 1.5 to 2 cubes of a stock like this. You can make your own stock. You can use a meat stock. You can use a liquid stock. You use anything you want. This is a powdered stock. There's a lot of alternatives. This one seems to always work quite nicely. I like to work with this one. And start off with 1.5 so I can season it myself too. This particular soup doesn't need too much in the way of herbs to season it. It's about the broccoli. It's about the broccoli shining as a soup, I guess. And probably a sneaky way of getting people to eat broccoli who absolutely hate it. Great way to disguise it into something quite yummy. Yeah. So my parsley is still growing at the moment, so I'll just add probably just a bit of a sprinkle of parsley there. But that's about it. I think you don't want anything too much to be intrusive to these flavours. I think the beans and the potato will give a nice softness, sandiness, starchiness, fill it out, thicken it. Nice base to go with the broccoli and all the other ingredients. So some pink Himalayan salt to season it further rather than using the stock cubes. Just season it to taste. I just go by feel. I usually go by feel with a lot of things. And this soup I've sort of made up from scratch. I just saw a glimpse of this online on the YouTube channel. Just saw the bean and the broccoli. I thought, oh cool, I wouldn't mind making broccoli soup. Didn't really look much up online. I just decided, now we add some cracked pepper. And just had a few ideas of what would go together. Keep it minimal. Wait till I make my pumpkin soup. I like to stand there for a little bit longer with the cracked pepper, the black cracked pepper, because it cuts through really nicely the taste of the pumpkin. Yeah, but I won't go too overboard with this one. So now we just let it cook. There's all the ingredients there. We just let it simmer and low, not boil, but just let it cook it at just a low rate with like stews and stuff like that. I did my first stew in a few years, and it took 3 hours to cook. So that was you can't rush some cooking, some traditional types of techniques of cooking. You cannot rush, as you know, with like your Sunday roast you have at Christmas. And soups are very much the same. They do take a bit of time. They do want to take a bit more time to cook. Don't do it until Okay, so it's been cooking for about 45 minutes. Now it's time to bar mix it. we want to bar mix this so it's quite fine. Hang on, let me shit now. Okay, so now we've bar mixed the broccoli and butter bean soup, and our ladle's quite fine, very fine, to the point that I was starting to get everywhere. So that's when you know when to stop, when you start to get it everywhere. So you go, oh, okay, it's probably fine enough now. Yeah. So now I've learned how to correctly ladle up soup. I've done some amateur hospitality in my time. It sort of looks like a pea and ham soup. It's very green. Oh. Bon appetit. That is very nice. That the sandiness of the potato and the butter bean, but with the complex flavor of, and sort of the off flavor but now works well flavor of the broccoli. This is perhaps nicer than the cauliflower soup. It's really good, this soup. Thank you for watching again. I'll share more in the future. Let's sit down.